What's going on, everyone? Chris from PickDawgz.com here with the free pick in the Detroit Tigers versus Toronto Blue Jays Major League Baseball matchup going down Thursday, July 24th, 2025. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to PickDawgz.com. Click the Experts tab at the top of the page. It's a great time to do so because we have a lot of action lined up for the week ahead. We got Major League Baseball on the board. We got WNBA actions. They're returning from the All-Star break, and we've got before you know it, the NFL preseason kicking off with the Hall of Fame game. So make sure that you jump on board. Remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout and get 15% off your purchase. We also hit our goal of 250,000 subscribers here on our YouTube channel. I appreciate each and every one of you that's helped us get to where we are today. If you haven't already hit that subscribe button by now, though, please do so. It'll help us reach our next goals. We're aiming for 1 million. And if you have hit that subscribe button, you're new to our channel, welcome. I can assure you we're going to be making you some hefty amounts of coin going forward. And we're going to start here with this trip to Comerica Park for a matchup between the Detroit Tigers and the Toronto Blue Jays. The Toronto Blue Jays sending out Eric Lauer for the start in this one, while the Tigers slated to start Reese Olson in this one. And, Lauer, for me, has been one of the more underappreciated pieces of this Blue Jays rotation. This season he's got 2.80 ERA across 61 innings. He was mostly early on as sort of a long relief arm, then transitioned to more of a starter's role. Now with the injuries to Bowden Francis and guys just coming in and out of the lineup, Lauer has kind of maintained a spot. And 2 quality starts in his last 3 outings has been really solid for Lauer. Now, he has been, I would say, slightly less effective on the road. Last time we saw him on the road was the start before the All-Star break. He gave up 2 runs on 4 hits with 7 strikeouts over 4 innings of work. And you face a Tigers lineup that historically this season has been a fairly solid team when it comes to hitting against right-handed pitching. But in the last 2 weeks, including the All-Star break, this is a Tigers lineup that is dead last in baseball in team OPS. Their batting average sitting at 211. That's not very good, and that's just against right-handed pitching. When you look at their numbers against lefties, which would play a little bit better here, considering the majority of the at-bats I would say were against lefties, you still have the Tigers hitting 230 against lefties in that same 2-week time frame. Team OPS numbers are slightly better, but just across the board, this has been a relatively ineffective Detroit Tigers offense. A bit of a shell compared to what we saw from this Tigers team earlier on this season, to where at one point they had the best record in baseball and they were the first team to 60 wins. So I think Lauer can have a solid enough start here. On the other side, you do have Reese Olson, who has had a nice return to the Tigers rotation, has allowed just 3 runs across 14 1/3 innings of work and 10 strikeouts to 4 walks in those 3 starts. So the best one of the bunch came last time out, 5 innings, a 2-hit shutout ball against the Texas Rangers on the road. And Olson has a strong career record against the Blue Jays. 3 starts, a 0.0 ERA. He did only have an abbreviated start back on June 20th that went just 2 innings. But, faced him earlier this season back on May 17th. It was 6 innings, a 1-hit shutout ball. But I think the Blue Jays can get to Olson at least for a couple runs here. They've been a much different team than the one that Olson faced earlier on in the year. This team is playing with confidence. And the other thing is that we've talked about it before on the morning show. I've talked about it in past videos that the Blue Jays just aren't striking out right now. They're taking good at bats. They're hitting .313 against against right-handed pitching, in the last 2 weeks. That's the best batting average in baseball. The team OPS numbers are solid. A 16.1% strikeout rate is the second lowest in baseball. So they're taking disciplined at bats. They've just been consistent at the plate. And I think they're playing with some confidence right now. And when you look at it, even if the likes of Lauer and Reese Olson were to cancel each other out here, if you get a strong 5-6 innings from both sides, I feel the same about the Blue Jays in this series that I did against the Tigers, that I did against the Yankees, and that was that the Blue Jays have a significant edge in the bullpen. The Tigers in the last 2 weeks, excluding obviously the All-Star break, a 7.75 staff ERA out of the pen. While the Tigers bullpen ERA, the Blue Jays bullpen ERA, top 5 in baseball, 2.40. So I'm going to roll with the Blue Jays in this one on the money line, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. Why are Pickdawgz? Check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.